Let's talk about a couple of platforms you have to check out, what's going on with women in the tech business, and some holiday marketing tips you're not going to want to miss. Let's chat. What's up, automators? Justin, founder of Automation Mastery, to help you, coaches, speakers, trainers, create automated systems to save you time and help you generate more revenue. Because obviously, if you're saving time in your business, you have time to do the things that matter. So I wanted to go out there and find some news that you all can use. Stay tuned this week. There's plenty that we're going to go through here, including some platforms, a couple of tools that you should check out. We're talking about women in business. Again, that's important. Women are an amazing part of our life. And so it's important we make sure, see what y'all have going on. And I have some marketing tips. So if y'all are getting ready to kind of rear up and get ready for Black Friday and holidays and Christmases, and you want to run some campaign to really drum up some attention, it's already November, so we may want to hop into this. So let's hop into our first article here over on New York Times, and it's the funding for startups founded by women is surging. Now, not everything has been all sunshine and rainbows over here. Looks like it was on an uptick, but of course, COVID kind of swept the rug, kicked the butt, or just tripped up a ton of people and let them land on their face when it kind of dropped off. So you can kind of see here it was rising, 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 boom. It kind of sunk a little bit. Now, here was the challenge. Okay, here's the issue is that all male founders found a 5.4% dip in 2020. Women, unfortunately, saw a 30% dip. Again, I get it. That's a larger conversation, and I'm able to really track here. These are just the numbers, okay? And obviously, they show a disparity. I don't get into the why the disparity and all that. Just saying there was a disparity. Now, I've always been on this track, and I'm a strong proponent of the idea that for the past, at least since I've been in business, there really has been a surge of women that have been getting into business and starting businesses, and it's been amazing to see. It's been empowering to see. Again, as you're married, got a wife, want to make sure she knows she can do what she can do. We'll be bringing a daughter into the world soon when you're watching this, so it is good to see women out there doing amazing things. Now, there is a silver lining, and that after this, there has been a surge, a huge surge. Okay, it says startups with female founders raised more than 40 billion through September, almost double the amount invested in companies founded by women in 2020 or 2019. So, someone out there's some movement, some force that's deciding to correct itself. Now, what does this mean for you? Again, if you're a woman or if you know somebody who has an idea, the thing about getting into technology, this is the time, and there's clearly a need for it, and people want it. We're in a time where, again, this is not about being political, y'all. It's about being aware. Okay, we're in a time where technology is taking over and it's pushing us to do things and see how much it's capable of allowing us to do. And so we need more brilliant people. We need more people with amazing ideas, and there's no end, right? And so the market is going to test it. But we need people out there to test it. And so if you have an amazing idea, you have a problem that you think technology can solve, I don't care where you are, what your economic background is, time is now to start investing, and thinking about how you can solve those problems. So don't be afraid because you've never been in the space. You think it's all male dominated, all that. There are amazing people out here who want to support you and see you do well. So I say all that to say, again, if you're a woman and you're thinking about going into business, the time is no better than today. So that's that. Now, on to our next couple of things. If you don't know, there's a platform called AppSumo. I check it occasionally. I get notifications to my email, so I'm pretty in tune. AppSumo is a great marketplace for new technology, for new software. And so sometimes they kind of just show you the same thing, and some that somebody else has done is just a new company doing it. Other times it's brand new. Now, this week I have two I want to display that aren't necessarily brand new in terms of concept, but it is giving you an affordable option to do some cool stuff. So, first one, let's talk about Captain Data. Now, first off, I haven't tried these two platforms. So go test them, try them. If they don't work, just ask for your money back. AppSumo is pretty good about bringing on legitimate companies, and so I don't fear too much that I'm gonna go through an AppSumo deal and then find the limit. It's gonna take my money and then disappear. I've not had that experience on AppSumo yet. Okay, hopefully this is not the first one. Now, Captain Data. What this thing does is it allows you to go through the web, through the internets, and extract data. Right. So I have a tool that's similar. It's called Seamless.ai. You'll find a link below. I can put the affiliate link below just so you know. But it's similar. Now it's not cheap. Okay, these things aren't cheap, but they are useful. So they allow you to go somewhere and say go on LinkedIn and extract the names and emails, website links, all that stuff. Good stuff for you to be able to build out a database and start to contact people and generate leads. Now, some folks will say, well, Shane, you're going to do this cold email marketing calling thing. That's business. So you drum up business. It's always happened. It happens to you, and you've bought stuff that way, I'm sure, at some point in time, whether you realize it or remember it or not. Somebody's reached out to you and said, hey, I have this thing. Do you need it? And you probably said a yes or a no. And at least once you've probably said yes. That's how business works, y'all. So this lets you do that. Again, dive into it. For $99 for a lifetime deal, that's amazing. That's about how much I spend a month on Seamless. Now then you say, well, Dustin, why don't you just switch to this? Because there are certain risks on taking on a new platform that's still growing and their tech isn't been fleshed out. Okay, Seamless is well integrated with the stuff I'm using, so I'm gonna stick where I am. That, and I don't feel like doing a learning curve of relearning it. Eventually, they will charge more. I don't know what the limitations are. Seamless has very few limitations in terms of how much data I can go in and extract here. But again, AppSumo deals are pretty good because if you go to their website itself, you can see they are charging $99 per month, and they have a limitation on the amount of tasks that you can do. So keep that in mind, but go check it out. Again, I'm all about automation and saving time, and I think this is a great way. Next up, Breezer. If you've thought about building an app, again, there are not all app builders are created the same. If you want to create a simple app, I would go check this out. Lets you put together a simple app for your phone, and I'm sure they have some services to go in and help you publish said apps. Publishing an app, it's its own task. Maybe I'll do a training or talk about some things you consider when you're creating a mobile app. We've done some in some projects. We don't crank them out on a daily basis, but we have done and gone through the process. And when you go through it the first time, it is not as smooth as you thought it was going to be. So you got to do some research. Just make sure you know what you're getting into. But yeah, I think this is, again, if you have something that you want to get on an app, and it really goes along with your business, then I think these are good tools. They're not going to create your Facebooks of the world, but they will give you an app that can spread information about your business. All right. Lastly, here are, and this is article, I'm going to go ahead and link it below. We're not going to go through all of these, but I wanted to show you this, and I'm going to actually go through this myself. There's 20 holiday marketing campaign examples, and these give you tips. Now, why do I think this is cool? So again, went through a coaching program, high ticket coaching program, and our coach talked about how in marketing stuff changes, but the principles stay the same. And so one of the things that he did was went out and studied what advertisers were doing years ago, like infomercials, all that stuff. And so kind of going through that stuff and seeing what common principles even hold true today, you can see what works and what doesn't. And so I like this because it's studying the past. So it takes these 20 tips based off of campaigns that other big brands did. and it lets you say, hey, you can take a look at these and say, hey, what about what Apple did, or what about what Macy's did worked? What do I like about it? And how can I emulate that in my own way in my business? Don't think marketing has to be done in a silo. Again, you can be creative, but if you think of any rapper, I just saw a meme the other day about how Drake took lyrics of his song from an old movie. And that's genius, because for the most part, who's going to remember some random movie? As we think of the lyrics, it's like, wait, those lyrics sound different because they're now in a rhyme, they got music, and the pacing's different. But it's genius to really just take it from a movie. Now, it's blatant. Now, legally, this is an issue. But the concept is genius because he's taking something vintage and reusing it, which people use all the time. It's a common thing. I mean, heck, that's what most of social media is, just repurposing stuff that other people have done, throwing it on your profile, and then making it your thing. So this is the same thing. Marketing is the same thing. So take a look at what these people have been doing and see how can you use this. So I'm gonna go through this. I may do a separate video on lessons learned just from this, but I think it's an amazing tool that you can use. Okay, so go ahead and check that stuff out. If y'all have any questions, let me know. Reach out, comment below, share this with a friend, a family member, or a foe, because they need this information too. I appreciate you and all that you do, and as usual, treat each day as a building block to a better future. Peace.